Plant. Welcome back. Well, if you're feeling like you need to add some plant life into your house, our next guest probably has a few ideas for you. Please welcome from the Plant Penthouse, Shayla Owodunni. Shayla, can I tell you, we have just decided in 6 years of this show, you have the best name of any guest ever in the history of this show.
I'll take it, Jason.
Fantastic name. Well, okay, is this right too? You have 80 plants in your own house?
Honestly, it's probably a little bit more than that now. I think we've exceeded 90 at this point.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Shayla, I have to ask you, we did this, well, it had to be 5 months ago. We did a whole thing. I read in the New York Times, and that was kind of prompted the story, that Gen Yers and millennials love plants. So my question to you is, is plants something new, or have you always loved them?
Yeah, it's crazy because my parents were plant people, but I did not get into it until I lived in Washington and was moving from my Bellevue apartment to downtown Seattle, and knew that I wanted to add some decor without painting or anything. I wanted it to be mobile. And one of my friends took me to one of the local plant shops, and I started with a bird of paradise, and it was smooth sailing from there.
And you offer consultation because, for instance, like I don't even have plastic plants because I can't keep them alive. So you can help people like me, right?
I can, and that's the thing. Even with myself, I kill succulents. I think we all have our point of view. They come into my house, and we're preparing for a funeral within a week, so it is okay. But I can definitely help. I've done consults where they show me the lighting in their place, or just the type of maintenance that they want to be able to upkeep, and then I can provide recommendations, plant care tips, just things I've learned over the 3 years that I've been accumulating this family.
Absolutely. Well, we love a good makeover. We love a good before and after photo, and we have 4. Let's start with the entryway. Talk me through this.
Yeah, so the funny thing about my entryway is it started as this tan. I ended up painting it orange, thinking that it was going to be, something nice and tropical. Well, it looked like Halloween. So I quickly changed it to this berry tone, which I like using paint to flow through the rest of the home. And so that's one of the colors that's in a rug in my living room for cohesiveness. And as far as plants, I get really low light in my entryway. So to provide all plants the best case of survival, I went with a Chinese evergreen, which is the one you see in the photo. And if anyone else is experiencing low light, plants never love low light, but they tolerate it. And so another plant that I would recommend is the pothos, specifically the silverleaf. They tolerate low light really well. Otherwise, you can go with a ZZ or a snake plant, or another one I recommend is a heartleaf philodendron if someone wants a low light plant that will survive.
And I'll say this right now, if all of you watching are scurrying to try to write all this down, do not worry. We'll post it on our page a little bit later because I want this info too. Okay, let's move. Shayla, let's move to your mom's house. What are we looking at here?
Yes, my momsy. So when she moved in, she wanted to feel like she was in Santorini. And again, going back to the tropical environment, an easy way to do that is with trailing plants. So you'll see we did 2 hanging neon pothos to really add some color there. Went with a bird of paradise, which it looks like a banana leaf plant. It's very tropical. And that's what I always recommend is if you're not sure where to start, a statement plant, like a larger palm or a bird of paradise, is a wonderful way to add a conversation starter and really make you feel like you're on vacation.
It's beautiful. Wow, that is stunningly beautiful. Let's move outside now, the patio.
Yes, with the patio, again, rugs are my statement to be able to ground the space. So I started with a rug, and then I love adding color. So you can pick up pillows from really any big box retailer or online. So I went with yellow, again, another color that I use throughout my home. And again, with the plants, I went with some herbs that I love to be able to carry me through the summertime. And then just a couple planters is a great way to add some vibrancy outdoors.
Shayla, it's funny you said that my best friend Jen just did that very thing. I mean, none of us have a green thumb in our social group, but she got a brand new patio, and that's what she did. She lined the patio not just with plants, but with spices. And I thought, wow, it kind of serves 2 purposes.
Exactly, exactly. Decor, and then I can throw that mint in my lemonade too. So it's a
Exactly.
win-win.
or for my group, vodka sodas. But that's a whole other show, Shayla. Let's talk about the buffet.
Yes, this one was a labor of love. It was a flat pack buffet. So there were some tears shed building this one. But I went from flat pack to putting that together, again, going with that tropical feel. But one thing that I love to do is to make a statement. You can group different shapes of plants. So a front and center, we have a bird of paradise. And again, it's a great way for your visually to be able to make a statement. And then I've paired it with silverleaf pothos, a trailing plant, is a great way to balance some of the height of the taller plants that you have. And then again, to add that balance, I also went with a palm. And anytime you're styling a buffet, it's a great way to go with the season. So right now we're in summer. So I really wanted to pull out some of the bright decor that I had to be able to, again, feel like I'm in my own oasis.
Shayla, we have to go, but will you promise me, will you please come back to the show?
Absolutely. This is the best Zoom I've had of 2020. So
Oh, fantastic. Sincerely, you are a delight. And when we get past the pandemic, you and I should like go knock on people's doors and give them plant makeovers.
please, that would be
Yes.
amazing.
Thank you, Shayla. Find her blog on
Thank you.
Instagram. Just search for the Plant Penthouse or go to theplantpenthouse.com. You will be seeing a lot of Shayla. Love her. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.